It feels like an eternity, but as of right now, the Arrowverse, yes, it's still called that despite people saying otherwise, is back on. Batwoman Season 2 is currently airing. Black Lightning, along with Superman and Lois, will soon follow. But then, as March arrives, so too does The Flash Season 7. This season is teasing some very big things and conclusions that many won't see coming. But what could possibly happen to tie certain things up and then expand upon a new status quo? Allow us to show you 8 things to expect from The Flash Season 7. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 8. Iris's position. Starting off with the end of Flash Season 6, Iris is trapped in the Mirrorverse, and the final cut in Season 6 finale was of her vanishing in a way that no one can explain at the moment. How this is being framed is unclear story-wise. As we recall, that episode wasn't supposed to be the end of the season. She was supposed to come back and then start off a 3-episode storyline that would feature a certain beloved villain and create a rift of some kind with Barry and Iris. But now that didn't happen, and some of the writers have claimed that this won't go down like it would have before. Furthermore, the new trailer that has been shown for The Flash Season 7 indicates that Iris will have to confront a mirror version of herself, possibly due to her fracturing mind. How she gets out of the Mirrorverse is anyone's guess at this point, but many fans want it to happen so Barry and Iris can finally be reunited, and so this will be a major thing to expect as this season begins. Number 7. Elongated Man's new face. This is one part of The Flash most fans are curious about, and not exactly in a good way. To recap, Hartley Sawyer, the actor who has played the Elongated Man since Season 4, has been fired due to tweets he made before his time on The Flash against the LGBTQ+ community. While Hartley Sawyer did apologize for what he said in the past, the CW and the Flash team decided it was better for everyone involved and the fans at home to simply fire him and move on. This is a fair and applauded move, but in Season 6, Ralph Dibny has his biggest arc ever in regards to finding Sue Dearborn, his comic wife. The two quickly won over fans with their wit and banter, and many were shocked to see Sue was framed for murder, setting up a great arc for the two with Season 7, which likely would have lasted all season, ending up with them falling in love even more, and maybe even setting up the marriage storyline for the now confirmed Season 8. But now that Hartley is fired, that can't happen, right? Though not outright confirmed, it's been stated by some that the likely thing they'll do is cast Elongated Man again and relegate him to a smaller role this season. How this will affect Sue's storyline is unclear, but it's possible they'll have her interact with the rest of Team Flash and just relegate Dibny to detective work to try and clear her name and thus only show up in disguise later on. He wasn't shown in the trailer for Season 7, so that's a pretty clear sign of things to come. Number 6. The Speed Force. The Flash dared to do something very different in Season 6. They had 2 graphic novel storylines. The first featured blood work and ended before Crisis on Infinite Earths. Then, as we would find out, Crisis actually ruined the Speed Force, and by the end of Season 6, Barry's Speed Force is basically gone. And he's literally running on fumes with no clear way of getting it back. We know that they're trying to make their own artificial Speed Force like the Reverse Flash did to get his own power. But will that happen quickly in Season 7? Or will they slow burn it in order to not just build up the drama, but build up the team? We're not sure, but it will likely happen in the first episode or 2 because the remaining footage shot from Season 6, that didn't air because of the lockdown, teases a major incident coming that the Flash, and the Flash alone, needs to solve. And this was again highlighted in the recent Season 7 trailer. Once this artificial Speed Force is set up, Barry will be set, unless there are other problems. Only time will tell. Number 5. The Reverse Flash. The Flash showrunners noted that there was supposed to be a big Reverse Flash mini-arc to end the season and then propel us into Season 7. But here's the twist. Because of the lockdown, they now have a whole season to frame around this return, which they might feel will lead to a much better storyline overall. As we found out, after Crisis on Infinite Earths, the wells of the multiverse, the old one, were literally folded into one another, somehow, and that included Eobard Thawne. While he was exorcised, his energy is still out there, wandering and waiting for a new host. But who is that? The showrunners are keeping their lips sealed on that one, but they're teasing a lot, and that should make many fans excited. After all, HYWARD Thawne's Reverse Flash is the best villain of the series. He was there from day one basically, and it made everything that happened in Season 1 so special, and even led to him coming back in Legends of Tomorrow in a big way. So what is this big twist? And a better question, how will it affect number 4, Nash Wells? One of the greatest twists in Season 1 of Flash is that Harrison Wells was HYWARD Thawne, and that the real Harrison Wells died so that Thawne could take his place and make sure the Flash was born so that he could get back to the future. Ever since then, every season has had a new Wells, from Harry to Sherlock to the Council of Wells, and now Nash. Nash played a big part in Crisis and also had a big storyline with Allegra. But since he is all the Wells, that means there won't be a new one, right? Yes, more than likely, especially since they've been building Nash up for something. But what? Hard to say. More than likely, they'll continue to grow his and Allegra's relationship. But with the return of Reverse Flash looming large, and Nash having no desire to get possessed again, the many Wells of the multiverse, which are now within Nash and he's hallucinating them, might just have to join together to stop Reverse Flash. Number 3, Mirror Mistress. Season 6 honestly had 2 very good villains for Team Flash to fight, but because of the pandemic, one is still out there to defeat: Mirror Mistress. Ava McCulloch was an odd person from the moment we met her in the back half of Season 6. You knew she was playing a game with Iris, but what? Little did we know just how bad and powerful she was. She is the first villain to truly survive past the season finale and not be caught or killed or erased from the timeline. It's comic book television. It gets messy at times. By her own words, she has a world to fix. So what is her main goal here? The Season 7 trailer teased that she's even more powerful than we saw in Season 6, and with Barry wanting to get Iris back and running on fumes, she might be the deadliest foe ever brought forth. Expect some fun battles and drama with the Mirror Mistress when the season arrives. Number 2, Killer Frost. Killer Frost, aka Caitlin Snow, had a very big Season 6. Her and Frost came to an understanding and tried to let them both have their own lives and experiences, which is what led in some ways to the Ramsey Bloodwork storyline. However, by the back end of Season 6, Frost and Caitlin were relegated to the sidelines. Why? Because her actress, Danielle Panabaker, was pregnant, and thus her involvement in the show had to be limited. That's why you saw her in bed and covered up most of the time. However, thanks to the break, she's back, and the Season 7 trailer showed Flash and Frost working together against Mirror Mistress, a welcome sight. So how much will the two grow in Season 7? We'll find out. Number 1, Season 8. Usually, the Arrowverse airs in the fall and continues on until the spring to help space out the year for the CW. But the pandemic didn't allow that at all, and as noted, the shows are just now starting to trickle back in. The Flash hasn't even aired Season 7, but the CW has enough faith in it and the other shows to go and give it a season renewal. So yeah, we're getting the Flash Season 8, and that means you can expect some big teases of what else will come in the future. Could it be the previously teased Red Death? Or maybe another villain from the recent Flash comics? You can expect plenty of Easter eggs and teases when the show starts up and runs its course. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at the Flash Season 7 and how things are going to go down more than likely? How hyped are you for this upcoming season? Which elements or characters are you the most excited to see unfold or grow? Do you think that with this major gap to build upon Season 7, that we're in for a real treat of a season? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.